let's find our mats and go ahead and just get a nice walking pace going. We can pick up our knees if we want to. Oh, sorry. Warming up, but also welcome to Core Stability. Please listen to your bodies today. Keep some water nearby, and if you need any adaptations, let me know. All right, back to the warming up thing. We were talking about cold stuff, so I was getting cold. Well, let's go ahead and pace our mat. Just start to get our bodies moving. We can swing our arms if we'd like. Start breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's go ahead and start driving the knees up as we're pacing, getting the arms moving as well. Right, a little bit longer here. And let's go ahead and take a pause from that movement and go for some arm circles. Nice and big. We're gonna go forward arm circles first. You can actually keep pacing the mat if you'd like with some arm circles, or you can do them standing. Just getting those shoulders mobile. Might feel a little bit of snap, crackle, pop. I always do because I'm a retired volleyball player and that kind of destroyed my shoulders. Taking those big breaths in, big breaths out. And let's reverse those circles, still keeping them nice and large, going backwards now. And taking them at whatever pace feels comfortable here. You can also do one at a time if you'd like, one arm at a time, or keep them both moving. Nice work. Let's go about 10 more seconds here. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let those arms back down by your sides. Let's find that neutral standing position. I'm gonna place hands on my hips and we're gonna just do some standing marches here, alternating left and right sides. Driving the knee up to the chest, flexing the foot, placing it back down on the right side and repeating on the left. Standing marches. Let's try to just hold the knee up by the chest for about a second before placing it back down. So you can really start to get that low ab to activate as we drive the knee up. And let's use that breath as we drive the knee up towards our chest. We're exhaling. Trying to feel our abs contract as we pull the knee up and in. Nice work. We'll keep it going here. About 10 more seconds. Three, 2, 1. Let's get both feet back down on the ground, underneath our hips, toes facing forward. We're going to do those standing torso twists. So keeping the feet, legs and pelvis neutral as we raise the arms up about shoulder height and twist the chest, head, neck and shoulders to the right. Come back to center and twisting to the left. Back to center. Really trying to feel that twist and pull coming from our sides, our obliques, maybe a little bit of our lats, so our back muscles. Make sure we're also keeping a nice neutral pelvis. So keeping the glutes tight in addition to the abs. Nice job. Just a few more twists here. Make sure those hips stay at 12 o'clock, or they can rotate just a little bit.
Katie, you can go ahead and mute me.
Okay.
I'm getting interrupted. I'm here, but I'll be back.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jeanette. All right. Let's go ahead and come back to center. We're going to do some of our hip hinges. So neutral stance, feet under hips, toes facing forward. Placing my hands on my hips. I'm going to push, keeping my back completely flat and straight, shoulders back and down. I'm going to hinge at the waist, pushing my butt towards the wall behind me, letting my weight shift into my heels, feeling a little bit of a stretch in that hamstring, and then squeezing the glutes as I push myself back up to a standing position. Taking a big inhale at the top, hinging at the hips, weight shifts in the heels, and squeezing the glutes, pushing back up to standing. We'll just repeat here nice and slow, getting those hamstrings and glutes working as well as our core, keeping us stable. We want to always practice this hinging movement whenever we're picking something up or washing our face in the sink. You want to do a proper hinge, not rounding the back. Nice work. Thinking of yourself as a lever. You can only move. Your legs are one unit and your torso is the other. Nice job. And as I said, if you're not really feeling much of a stretch in the back of the leg, the hamstring area, try to pause when you're near the bottom and try to shift that weight into your heels so you can wiggle your toes. See if that makes any difference. A few more here. Using that breath, exhale as we bring ourselves back to standing. Inhale as we hinge. And last one here, pushing forward. Let's find the end of our mat or the bottom of our mat for inchworms or our standing inchworms. We'll go ahead and find that neutral standing position, feet slightly outside of hips, toes pointing forward. Let's slowly lower our hands down towards our feet on the mat. Taking that big inhale and walking the hands away from the feet. Feet stay planted where they're at. We'll walk out as far as we can, whether that's a complete high plank or kind of a down dog. Holding for just a second, squeezing the glutes, and walking the hands back towards the feet. And repeating. Taking these nice and slow. We're trying so hard to keep the core, abs, and glutes tight as we walk out to that extended position. And take breaks when you get back if you need. And try not to sway side to side as you're walking out onto your hands. Nice work. Keep breathing here. Got just a few more. Body temperatures are rising, preparing us for the workout. And on this last one, once you get back to your feet, slowly raise yourself back up to standing and grab a drink of water if you need it. think I do after those inchworms. All right, we're gonna stay standing for now. We're gonna be working on some of our, as I call it, northeast, southwest balance. So we'll start with our balancing on our left leg. Right leg will be doing the movement. We're gonna start with our right leg, just raising it up, bending at the knee. Toes are down in the mat. Left leg is standing. I have a slight bend in the knee. I'm going to take my toes with my right foot and tap them out in front of me. Come back to center, tap them out to the right, center, and back behind me in center. That left leg is working to keep us balanced as we tap the toes in those 3 directions. And when we're tapping behind us, make sure we're practicing that hinging again. So the left leg might bend a little bit more, but we're hinging at the waist. Tap the toes behind us. If you need a little extra challenge, if you're the balance master, you're not letting those toes come back to the ground at all. You're keeping the foot raised off of the ground as you do those 3 directions. You might feel the left glute doing a lot of work here. And hands can be on our hips, or they can be using a chair or a wall if we need just a little extra support. Nice job, just a few more here. Keep breathing. Left ankle might be getting a little wobbly. That's a good thing. Means our foot muscles and ankle muscles are adjusting to keep us upright and balanced. And 3, 2, 1. Let's bring that right foot back underneath our hip. Shake it out if we need to. And we will repeat on the left side. So now my right leg is my balance leg. I'm gonna make sure my foot is nice and flat, getting a slight bend in that knee. Raising the left foot off the ground. Toes are still touching. Tapping out in front of me, 12 o'clock. To the left now, 9 o'clock, and behind me, 6. And repeating. Make sure we're keeping that slight bend in our standing leg. Don't want it to be locked out. Nice job. Keep breathing here, using supports if and as needed. You might be feeling a lot in your standing leg foot. That is completely normal. Those muscles are working very hard. Keep us balanced. And balance is always something to work on no matter what age you are, because it's always going to be needed. Nice job. Remember to add that challenge if you need it. Not letting that foot touch the floor at all. Let's go a couple more here.
Is our leg supposed to be on the ground or off the ground?
Your left leg that is doing the work.
Yeah.
It's
I have
mostly
no
just
idea what
raised.
you're doing with it.
So left foot is just hovering off the ground. And you can tap your toes if you need a little extra support. So just toes on the ground or hovering the ground.
So technically we have to hold on to something.
If you need to, yes. And 3, 2, 1. Let's get back to that neutral standing position. Feet under hips. We're gonna do a little either standing bicycle, if you're familiar with that, or we're gonna add a little side lunge and crunch. So I will start with a standing bicycle instruction if we don't quite have the side lunge range. So for a standing bicycle, I'm gonna go hands, interlace my fingers behind my head, elbows out to the sides, and I'm going to drive the left knee up to my chest, bringing my right elbow to meet it in the middle and placing that foot back down and repeating left elbow to right knee. So we can do.
Sorry, can you re-explain that?
Yes. So hands, I'm in a neutral standing position. Toes are forward, feet are under my hips. I'm going to interlace my fingers behind my head. My elbows come out to the sides. I'm going to drive the left knee up towards my chest like a standing march. Bring my right elbow to meet my left knee and placing the leg back down, repeating on the other side. So it's like a bicycle crunch, but we're standing. And we're using that breath, exhaling as we come together in that crunch. Inhale when we're back to our central standing position.
Hands behind your head, and we should be able to touch our knee.
You might not bring yourself all the way to your knee, but you're just trying to get that kind of angular contralateral movement. So crunching the abs as you bring opposite elbow to opposite knee. But might not touch, you might touch. We all have a different range.
The only way I can touch is to pull my elbows forward.
Yep, and we want just a little bit of that because you are crunching your abs. It's kind of like a standing crunch. So that is okay. So it's kind of like combining a march with a bicycle crunch. And we'll just keep it going here. Keep it a nice, kind of slower tempo. We don't need to go really fast with these. We want the work to come from our abs. Ten more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come back to that standing position. We can let the arms down for a little break. And we're just gonna do some lateral leg raises to wash it out. So back to my neutral standing position, hands are on my hips, and I'm just going to raise the right leg up and out to the side, away from my left leg, out and back down, and just repeating with the right leg only. So feeling some activation in the outer right thigh, right glute, and left glute. Keeping the breath going. And once again, that standing leg, we want just a slight bend in that knee as well. Exhaling as we raise the leg up and out to the side. 10 more seconds and we're going to switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's place that right leg down and lateral leg raises with the left leg now. Raising the leg up and out to our left side. Feeling that activation, the outer left thigh, a little bit of glute. Nice job. Last 10 seconds. And then we'll be down on the mat, getting some more ab-focused work. In 3, 2, 1. Let's get that foot back down to the ground and let's make our way down to the mat. And we're going to be lying on our backs to start. So So we'll find our way down here, and we're going to bend at the knee, have our feet flat on the mat, knees up towards the ceiling. Arms are going to be down by our sides, palms facing down. So this will be our starting position. Feet flat, knees up, lying on our backs. We're just going to be doing some slow roll ups. So as I'm in this lying position and my arms are down flat, I'm going to start by engaging the abs. So I'm squeezing my abs. That's going to slowly raise my head off the ground, and then my shoulders, or my neck's going to follow, and then my shoulders. I'm just going to bring head, neck, and shoulders and about half my torso off the mat, squeezing the abs, and then slowly lowering myself back down, one vertebrae at a time. So slow roll-ups here, really wanting the whole movement to take about 3 seconds. So up, 1, 2, 3, holding, 1, 2, 3, and back down, 1, 2, 3. So try to internalize that count. Take those roll-ups nice and slow. And breathe. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Holding. 1, 2, 3. And lower. 1, 2, 3. Nice job. Might feel a little bit of shakes in the abs. That's a good thing. That means they're working. Inhale when you're back down on the mat. Exhale, slowly rolling ourselves up. Squeezing those abs. Nice job. We got just a few more here. Really making sure those abs are awake. Two, 3. And last 5 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lower ourselves back down to the mat. And we're going to be doing some legs up crunches now. So now that our abs are nice and awake, let's raise the feet off of the mat. We can keep the bend in the knee if we'd like, with our shins parallel to the ceiling, or we can straighten the legs out and have the feet pointing up towards the ceiling. That is up to you, whatever feels good. I'm going to take my arms, elbows out to the sides, hands are interlaced behind my neck and head just to support it. And I'm going to, once again, just be raising the head, neck, and shoulders and about half of my torso off the mat in a crunch. So legs up crunch here. Also, we have the option to have the hands up, fingers towards the ceiling, and reaching them towards our feet in that crunch. So we have options. That'll be a little more challenging than using the hands behind the head for support. And in this exercise, we're not letting ourselves come all the way back down to the mat. See if we can keep some engagement in the abs for the whole time. Nice job keeping the breath going. Got just a few more seconds here. Last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and let the arms back down to your sides. We're going to keep the legs up, either in that knee bent position or straightened out position. That is up to you. You can even kind of choose a halfway. And we're just going to lower one leg at a time. So starting with the left leg, keeping the right leg up. We're going to lower the left leg down to the mat, just hovering at the mat, holding for just a tad there, and pulling it back up. And repeating, dropping the right leg down, hovering it over the mat, and pulling it back up. Make sure our hands are down by our sides, palms down. And if we're not quite able to hover above the mat, just lower that leg as far as comfortable without arching your back and pull it back up. We want that work. We want our core to be working the entire time here as we keep ourselves stable in the mat. If you're starting to feel that back arch, tuck the pelvis, kind of roll back onto the hips and reset. Nice work. Keep it going here. Just one leg at a time. And as we're pulling that leg up, try to activate that low ab to pull it up, just like we do when we're doing marches. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's drop the feet back down to the mat, knees up to the ceiling. For some windshield wipers, so dropping the knees over to the left, keeping the hips as pointed to the ceiling as I can, bringing the knees back to center and drop them over to the right. So just a little twist in our spine, a little bit of a recovery movement. Always grabbing water if and when we need it. Nice. And when we're pulling those knees back up to center, once again, activate those abs. Make them work. Don't let your back do all the work. That's what it wants. All right. Go ahead and make our knees come back to center. Staying in this lying position, arms down flat on the mat, palms facing down. Let's raise those legs up again, tucking the hips, and we're gonna keep the feet glued together. So feet and knees are pretty much glued together here. And I'm going to have a bend. My shins are parallel to the ceiling, but my knees are up over my hips. And now, as I'm keeping the feet together, I'm gonna take both legs out towards the corner of my mat, the right corner. I'm gonna crunch them in back to center and then take them over to the left corner of my mat. And we can either, so challenge levels vary. We'll keep our legs high if we need a little less resistance. If you want a big challenge, you're just hovering your feet over the mat. So we all have different ranges. Do what works without arching your back. So whatever you can do to keep your core engaged and your back flat on the mat is what we got. But keeping the feet glued together as we take the legs, extend them out corner to corner. Nice job. This one's a challenge. Keep that breath going. If you need a reset, just hug the knees in, take a quick beat, and then keep going. You got this. 10 more seconds. Keep that back flat. Become one with the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's have the feet come back down flat. Windshield wiper it out. Quick recovery there. Remember, the abs are staying tight even as we're twisting here. We're protecting our spine. And we're going to go into our dead bugs next. So let's bring the knees back to center, rolling, tucking the hips, bringing the legs up, knees above the hips, shins parallel to the ceiling, pointing my toes and raising the arms up from the shoulders, fingertips towards the ceiling. So I'm in kind of like a reverse tabletop dead bug. I'm going to drop lower and hover the left leg down and dropping the right arm down overhead and just hovering the limbs here. So my left arm is still up, right leg is still up, hovering, coming back up to center and repeating with the other side. So once again, that contralateral body movement, good for the brain, it's good for the body. Exhale as you bring the limbs back up towards the center. Inhale at the top. Slight hold as you extend and drop the limbs. And exhale, bring it back together. We're taking these nice and slow. So trying to do that kind of 3-second count, dropping 1, 2, 3, and pulling back together. 1, 2, 3. And keep those abs engaged, trying to keep our back nice and flat. We're gonna actually add a hold here in this dead bug. All right, so we're alternating right now, where we're gonna go into our first hold. We'll be dropping the left leg, right arm down, and we're just gonna hold that hover. In 3, 2, 1. So dropping left leg, right arm. Hold for just a few seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Pull it back up to center. Roll it out if we need to. And we'll repeat. So keep alternating. And now we'll be holding on the other side. In 3, 2, 1. Let's drop the right leg, left arm, hold. You got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center and alternate. Nice job. Keeping the breath going. 5 more seconds of dead bugs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and drop the feet down to the mat. Let's hug the knees into the chest and just do a little roll out left to right. Quick little reset. And let's give the glutes some work. We'll be going into bridges next. So let's drop the feet down to the mat, flat, knees are up to the ceiling. I'm going to keep the toes pointing forward, but I'm gonna walk my feet out just slightly outside of my hips. Arms are down by our sides, palms are down on the mat. Starting bridge position. Let's take that big inhale, start the movement from our glutes, pushing them up off the ground and towards the ceiling. Make sure our knees are staying out. They're not coming in towards each other. They're staying out. We're squeezing the abs and the glutes in unison, lowering ourselves back down to the mat and repeating. I'm sure you've heard it at this point, but the reason we do glutes and abs is because that's the 2 muscle groups that are keeping your pelvis where it's at. And if one's weaker than the other, it can pull your pelvis in all sorts of directions. So we try to keep them both strong and balanced. So glute bridges here, make sure we're driving through the heels as well. I should be able to wiggle my toes because most of my push and my weight is in my heels and my glutes. All right, we're gonna go for 8 bridges here, and then we're gonna have our first hold. 3, 2. All right, in 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's push the hips up, holding the bridge at the top, keeping my abs tight and my glutes. Feel free to just keep the hold or add a little pulse. So just a mini bridge while keeping your hips up off the ground. Pushing the hips up, letting them dip a little bit, and pulse. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let yourself come down. Take a quick rest. Shake out the hips left to right. Always grabbing water if we need it, of course. And let's go back into those glute bridge reps. So setting up the feet, taking that big inhale, exhale, driving the hips up off the mat, squeezing at the top and lowering. Once again, keeping those counts in mind for this workout. 1, 2, up, 1, 2, down. Exercise is fun because you get to make the rules sometimes. Nice job keeping the reps going. Hold number 2 is coming up. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push the hips up, holding the bridge. And now we can add those knee, ab, and abductions. So taking the knees slightly out and bringing them in together, nice and slow, as we hold the bridge. Nice job, you got 10 more seconds. Keep those abs tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let yourselves back down. Windshield wiper it out if you need a quick reset. We got one more round of those bridges. You got this. I won't subject you to 4 this time, just 3. All right, let's get ourselves set back up for our last set of bridges. Feet slightly outside of hips, toes pointing forward. And let's do this. Repetitions of glute bridges. Make sure we're using the breath. Keeping a nice, slow, controlled pace with our bridges. I always say it, time under tension, but it's proven. It's what builds our strength. And don't forget to squeeze the abs in unison with the glutes. Last hold coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's push the hips up. Keep the knees apart, and you have the option to either just hold, adduct and abduct the knees, or add a pulse. It's up to you. 15 seconds. You got this, mind over matter. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow yourselves down. Take a quick breather there. Grab water if you need it. And let's roll ourselves over onto our stomachs. So we're staying down on the mat. Now on our stomachs. Legs are extended out behind us. once we make our way down to this position, we're going to be doing Supermans or Superwomen's. So let's extend our arms out in front of us, keeping them in line with our shoulders, but extending them long. Legs are extended long behind me. And going back to my arms, I'm going to make sure my thumbs are pointed up to the ceiling. I can keep them as a thumbs up if I want, or I can point the fingertips towards the wall in front of me. It's up to you. Hand placement is kind of optional here. But what we're going to be working on is squeezing the glutes, raising the legs off the ground. And we're also going to be raising the arms and chest off the ground in unison. So I'm activating the abs, squeezing the glutes, raising my arms and chest off the mat, as well as my legs. I'm going to lower back down, take a big inhale, exhale, raise it all up again. And we're just hovering over the floor here. We're not going to have a ton of extension. We don't want that. So just hovering, arms and legs, squeezing the abs and glutes, and lower back down. So we kind of look like Superman or Superwoman if we were flying through the sky. But our pelvis stays planted in the mat. And if this is uncomfortable, I recommend placing a towel or a pillow or a blanket under your pelvis for a little extra cushion. And let's keep our head neutral. So we don't want our nose pointing towards our hands. We actually want our nose pointing towards the mat. So
Katie, are you doing both arms and both legs at the same time?
Yes, if we can do that in unison, we could
That's not how I learned Superwoman, so that's why I'm asking.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm doing them with both arms and both legs, but if that is a little too much challenge or too much pressure, you can also raise just the left leg and the right arm, so kind of like a dead bug.
But are you in tabletop or are you flat?
We are flat on the mat. So I am lying, my belly is on the mat and my pelvis. Nice job. We'll go just a few more here. Make sure we're squeezing those abs and the glutes. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lower it all back down. We can bring the arms in and fold one hand over the other, making a pillow for our forehead. We're going to leave the legs extended long behind us. We're just going to be doing some lying leg raises. So keeping the toes pointed, I'm going to do my right leg only. I'm going to squeeze my glute and just slightly kick the right leg up, raising it off the ground and lowering, and just repeating there. So a nice, just small leg raise with the right leg. Keep the toes pointed. Keep the right glute squeezed and active as you're just slightly raising that leg. Nice work. Let's go 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And repeat. We can let that right leg rest. Shake out the hips if we need to. And let's repeat with the left leg, starting by pointing the toes, engaging the quad, and squeezing the left glute to raise the left leg up off the mat. And as I said, this is just a small movement, a small raise. We're not trying to get our leg to the ceiling. We're just raising it off the mat. Left leg only. Feeling lots of work there in the glute, hamstring, quad, calf, the whole thing. Last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it down. Take a rest. Shake out the hips, and we're going to go back into the Supermans. And if the legs need a little rest, you can just raise the arms off the mat. So last set here, arms out in front of us, thumbs up, keeping the hips planted. We're going to squeeze the glutes, hover the legs off the ground, raise the chest and arms up off the ground, and lower. We're going for reps here, and then we're going to have one more hold today. It's going to be a Superman hold. Nice job keeping the breath going, keeping the glutes squeezed and the abs. And we're going to go into the hold. So we're going to hold that hovering of the arms and legs for about 15 seconds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold it at the top there. Using that breath, squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. 10 seconds. You got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower yourself down. Whew. Take a breath. Grab some water if you need it. It's cool down time. We did it. So let's, you know what? We're already down here on the mat, so let's stay here. I like to be on the mat. We're going to go into a child's pose. So we can raise our bellies and chests off of the mat. Come to a tabletop position. So wrists, elbows, shoulders are stacked. Knees under hips. And then I'm going to slowly lower my hips back towards my heels, keeping my arms extended out in front of me. Child's pose. Stretching some of that low back, hips. Let's take some deep breaths here, trying to get that breathing rate, heart rate back down. Let's walk our fingertips over to the left side of the mat, staying in child's pose. And let's walk the fingertips over to the right side of the mat. Few more breaths here. And let's walk it back to center. We can go ahead and raise our hips back up. We'll transition into a down dog. So planting the toes, raising the knees up off the mat, pushing the hips up towards the ceiling and the wall behind me, pedaling the heels, or we can leave our knees down on the mat, arms extended. Pushing one towards the mat, raising the other, and alternating, getting a little more stretch. Nice job. Take those deep breaths. Help your body regulate. our next breath, let's lower the knees back down or come back up to seated. Let's come to a sitting position on the mat. So glutes down on the mat, legs are extended out in front of me. From here, I'm gonna hug the right knee into my chest. So I'm sitting upright, hugging my right knee in. And we have the option to just stay here, that knee hug, or we can step the right foot over left knee, hook the left knee with right knee with our left arm, and twist our shoulders and torso to the right. So stretching out that right glute, far beyond the beach. Take a few breaths here. And let's extend that right leg back out in front of us, repeating with the left. So hugging the left knee into the chest, nice and tight, and holding it there, or stepping left foot over right knee while still hugging the knee into the chest and twisting the torso to the left now. Nice stretch in the left glute. Couple more breaths. Let's go ahead and extend that left leg back out in front of us long. And let's lower our torso down to the mat as well. So now we're in a lying position on our backs. Let's take both knees and hug them in close to our chest, kind of rolling the pelvis up off the mat. And let's just do a nice gentle rock left to right, massaging out the low back and the pelvis. And keeping the right knee hugged into our chest, let's extend the left leg long again. So now we're in a lying knee hug, hugging the right knee into the chest. And let's just take that knee slightly outside of our hip and bring it back in, so we can draw a little circle with it if we'd like. Just giving a little extra stretch to the hip. But using the right and left hands to support the leg. And let's switch, drop the right leg back down to the mat and hug the left knee into the chest. And again, taking that knee, using the hands to gently guide it outside of the hip and back in. And you can draw a circle, or you can just Do out to in. Let's take a nice big inhale. Slowly bring ourselves back up to seated and give yourselves a pat on the back. Way to show up today. You rocked it, as we had a classic rock playlist. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.